The darkness presses on me. I cannot find the glen.
Yes, Benjamin, 'tis uncommonly dark. Oh, how I wish the moon would come from behind the clouds and give us light.
Yes, let there be light.
Benjamin, I thought it was best to command the moon to shine.
Nay, I have not such power as Tituba, but I am now aware of so many spirits. Spirits, I beseech thee, do not haunt us as we keep the theater commandments.
Such spirits do not know the commandments. Perhaps we best learn them the proper behaviors.
Aye, agreed. I shall begin. Thou shalt not eat or drink anything other than water in the theater.
Thou shalt not capture the proceedings in still or moving pictures. No recordings.
In the event of an emergency, please follow the 2 exit signs as they will lead thee to safety.
Our time here will be about 3 hours. We shall take a short break after about 90 minutes, giving thee time to refresh thyself with victuals and drink, and visit the privy if ye are so inclined.
If ye have the predilection to gamble, the proprietor of the tavern will offer thy chances to play in a 50-50 raffle. One purchases tickets, and just prior to commencing the second half. The raffle is drawn. The winner shall win half of the proceeds, and the other half will be forthwith donated to Goose Creek players to assist with future financing.
If we be pleased with our performance, and if it please thee to do so, we beg that you tell others of our presentations and of our future events. God be willing, we will be performing A Christmas Carol after Thanksgiving,
And A Wizard of Oz next spring.
So, good spirits, you may whoop and laugh and clap and make joy to your praises we perform, but...
Spirits, we beseech thee, please remain in these seats as actors may wander amongst you. Just keep your stuff out of the aisles, actors may run by.
Benjamin, we must be on our way. Tituba did tell us to meet here at the Glen at midnight, and Abby did say she would punish us if we were late.
Chicken, eh? Oh, Abby, what you bring for us?
I brought rye bread for everyone.
Ooh, pass it around, pass it around. Well, let's have drums. It's time to speak to the spirits. Bats, bats, tease it draw, crackling wheat land, l'esprit au vol descend, et passing the Bats, bats, tease and raw, crackling witland, l'esprit au vol de sun, épée passing on manon. Now repeat after me, right? Trois, dix, one. Trois, dix, one. L'esprit, wow.
L'esprit noir,
Passing on the ren.
passing on red.
Oh, who will drink in the kettle? Oh, Betty. You're right. All right, let's all be dancing with me in a circle. Betty be hot day soon.
Out of here. Out.
Me Betty's not going to die.
Out of my sight. Out. Dear God, please help me. Betty, Betty, child, will you wake? Will you open your eyes? Betty, dear child, little one.
Uncle, Susanna Walcott is here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh, doctor, good. Let her come. Let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Griggs, he bid me tell you that he can't find no medicine for it in his books.
Then he must search on.
He have been searching his books since he left you, sir. He said to look for more unnatural things for the cause of it.
No, there'll be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I have sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly, and Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. Let him look to medicine and put out all thought of unnatural causes. There be none.
Aye, sir, he bid me tell you.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home, say nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir, I pray for you.
Uncle, the rumor of witchcraft is all about it. I think you better go down and deny it yourself. The parlor's packed with people. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I tell them? That my daughter and my niece I found dancing like heathen in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle. Let you tell them I confessed it, but they're speaking of witchcraft. Betty's not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you have not opened with me. But what did you do with her in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle. And when you leapt out of the bushes so suddenly, Betty was frightened, and then she fainted. And there's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Look you, child. I have no desire to punish you. That will come in its time. But if you have trafficked with spirits in the forest, I must know it, for my enemies surely will, and they will ruin me with it.
We never conjured spirits.
Then why can she not move herself since midnight? The child is desperate. It must come out, or my enemies will bring it out. Do you understand that I have many enemies?
I know it, Uncle.
There is a faction sworn to drive me from the pulpit. Do you understand that?
I think so, sir.
And now, amidst this disruption, my own household is discovered to be the very center of some obscene practice. Abominations done in the forest.
It were only sport.
Abigail, I saw Tituba waving her arms over the fire when I come on you, and screeching in gibberish coming from her mouth. Why was she doing that?
She always sings her Irish songs, and we dance.
I cannot bleat what I saw, for my enemies will not bleed it. I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress?
A dress. And I thought I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself, Uncle.
Abigail, now my ministry is at stake. My ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Let me know what you have done there. Whatever abominations you have done, give it all to me now.
There's nothing more. I swear it, sir.
Abigail, I have fought 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people to me. And now, just now, when there must be some good respect for me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I have given you a home, child. I have put clothes upon your back. Now, tell me, give me an upright answer. Your name in the village. It is entirely white, is it not?
Why, I'm sure it is, sir. There be no blush about my name.
Is there any other reason than you have told me for Goody Proctor discharging you? It has troubled me that in the 7 months since you left their house, in all that time, no other family has called for your service.
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send overseas for that. I will not lower myself.
No,
for any
no,
of them.
I cannot have any. Oh, Goody Putnam, do come in. Do come in.
It is a marvel. It is surely a stroke of hell upon you.
No, Goody Putnam.
How high did she fly? How high?
No, she never flew.
Oh, why, sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Ingersoll's barn and come down light as a bird, he says.
Now, Goody Putnam, Thomas, good morning.
Is it a providence that to think this out now? It is a providence.
What's out, sir? What?
Why, her eyes is closed. Look, you, Anne.
Why, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your little Ruth is sick.
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know. It's death driving into them forked and hoofed.
Oh, pray not. How does your child ail?
She ails as she must. She never waked this morning, but her eyes open, and she walks, and hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken, surely.
They say you sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly.
A precaution only. Reverend Hale is experienced in the demonic arts. and
He is indeed, and found a witch in Beverly last year, and let you remember that.
Now, Goody Anne, they only thought that were a witch. I am certain there be no element of witchcraft here.
The witchcraft. Now look you, Mr. Paris.
Thomas, I know you. You least of all would wish such a disastrous charge upon me. Leap not to witchcraft. They will howl me out of Salem for such corruption in my house.
Now look you, Mr. Paris. I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue. But I cannot if you hold back on this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
But Thomas, you cannot.
And tell Mr. Paris what you have done.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in the earth. Believe me, sir, you never saw more hardy babies born. And yet each will wither in my arms the very night of their birth. I've spoke nothing, but my heart has clamored intimations. And now this year, my Ruth, my only, I see her turning strange. A secret child she has become this year, and shrivels like a sucking mouth we're pulling on her life. And so I thought to send her to your Tituba.
Tituba? Oh, what may Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Anne, it's a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it on my soul. But who else may surely tell us what person murdered my babies?
Woman!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris, and mark this proof, mark it. Last night, my Ruth were ever so close to their little spirits. I know it, sir. For how else is she now struck dumb except some power of darkness would stop her mouth? It is a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Don't you understand it, sir? There is a murdering witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make it as they will. You cannot blink it more.
Then you were conjuring spirits
not
in the
I,
forest.
sir, not I. Tituba and Ruth.
I am undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself. You have discovered what's
In my house, Thomas, in my house. They will topple me with this. They will make a mockery of my ministry.
Your
They will...
Parents, I only thought to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you at home? Who's with Ruth?
Her grandma come. She's improved a little, I think. She gave a powerful sneeze before.
Oh, there's a sign of life.
I'd fear no more, Goody Putnam. It were a grand sneeze. Another like it will shake her wits together, I'm sure.
Thomas, will you leave me now? I wish to pray a while, alone.
Uncle, you prayed since midnight. Why do you not go down?
No. I will wait till Mr. Hale arrives.
Now look you, sir. That you strike out against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Come down, speak to them, pray with them. They're thirsting for your word, mister. Can't you pray with them?
I have no stomach for disputation this morning. I will lead them in a song, but let you not speak of witchcraft yet. I will not discuss it. The cause is yet unknown. Leap not to witchcraft. I've had enough contention since I came. I cannot bear more.
Mercy, you go home to Ruth, do you hear?
Hi, Mom.
If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
Yes, Uncle.
There's a terrible power in her arms today.
How is Ruth sick?
It's weirdish, I know not. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night.
Betty? Now, stop this. Betty, sit up now.
Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one and it waked her for a minute. Here, let me have her.
No, he'll be coming up soon. Now, look, if they be questioning us, tell them we danced up. I told them as much already.
And what more?
He saw you naked.
Oh, Jesus!
What do we do? The whole village is out.
What do we do?
I just came from the farm. The whole country's talking witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby.
They'll be calling us witches, Abby. She needs to tell, I know it.
Abby, we got to tell. Witches a hanging error. A hanging like they done in Boston 2 years ago. Abby, we have to tell the truth. You'll only be whipped for dancing and the other things.
Oh, we'll be whipped.
Abby, I never done none of it. I only looked.
And you're a great one for looking, aren't you, Mary Warren?
Betty? 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 Betty, it's Abigail. I'll beat you, Betty! Hi, you seem improving. Now, I talked to your papa, and I told him everything. So there's nothing...
I want my mama.
Betty, what ails you? Your mama's dead and buried.
I'll fly to mama. Let me fly.
He knows now. He knows everything. There's nothing that... Oh my gosh. What is it?
You drank blood, Abby. You drank blood.
You will never say that again.
You did. You drank a charm to kill John Proctor's wife. You drank a charm to kill Goody Proctor.
Shut it! I say shut it!
Mama.
Now look, you, all of you, we danced, and Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters, and that is all. And mark this, let either of you breathe a word or the edge of a word about the other things, and I will come to you in the black of some terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' skulls on the pillow next to mine, and I have seen some reddish work done at night, and I can make you both wish you had never seen the sun go down. Now you, sit up and stop this.
Abby, what's got her? She's going to die. It's a sin.
I say shut it, Mary Warren.
I was going home, Mr. Proctor.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Why should I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings in this world.
I'll give you a great doing on your arse one of these days. Now get you home. My wife is waiting with your work.
I'd best be off. I have my Ruth to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
She's only gone silly somehow. She'll come out of it.
So she flies, eh? Where are her wings?
John, sure you're not believing she flies.
Oh, the road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Posh! We were dancing in the woods, and my uncle leaped in on us. She took fright as all.
Dancing by moonlight? You'll be clapped in the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a word, John. A soft word.
No, Abigail, I've not come for that.
You come 5 miles to see a silly girl fly?
I
know
come
you
to
better.
see what mischief your uncle's brewing. Put it out of mind, Abby.
John, I'm waiting for you every night.
Put it out of mind. I won't be coming for you more.
You're surely sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutched my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. I saw your face when she put me out. You loved me, John Proctor, and you love me now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing may say wild things, but I have seen you since you put me out, John. I have seen you nights.
I have barely left my farm this past 7 months.
I have a sense for heat, John, and yours has often drawn me to my window. You say you've never looked up in my window?
Perhaps I have.
I know you, John. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream, but I wake and I walk about the house as though I may find you coming through some door. And
Child,
how do you call me child?
Abby! I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I'll ever reach for you again. Wipe it from your mind. We never touched, Abby.
Aye, but we did.
Aye, but we did not.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may let such a weak wife be
You'll
so...
speak nothing of Elizabeth.
She is blackening my name in the village. She is spreading lies about me. She is a cold, sniveling
Do
woman.
you look for a whipping?
I look for John Proctor that put knowledge in my heart. I never knew what pretense Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons I was taught by those Christian women and their covenanted men, and now you bid me tear the light out of my eyes? I will not. I cannot. You loved me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it may be, love me not. John, pity me. Pity me!
What's going on? What have you done to her? What happened?
The song! She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name!
Heaven forbid!
Marcus, her song, Marcus!
No, that's here. Try a set of witchcraft before. I'm not this side.
When they cannot bear to hear the...
Rebecca, come. We are lost. She suddenly cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. There's hard sickness here, Giles Corey, so keep to the quiet.
Words. No one here can testify said a word. Is she gonna fly? I hear she flies.
Man, be quiet now.
What have you done?
Pray, calm yourselves. I'm a mother of 11 and 26 times a grandma, and I have seen them all through their silly seasons. And when it comes on them, they will run the devil bow-legged trying to keep up with their mischief. I think she'll wake when she's tired of it. A child's spirit is like a child. You can never catch it by running after it. You must stand still, and for love, it soon itself will come back.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth's bewildered, Rebecca. She cannot eat.
Perhaps she's not hungered yet. Mr. Paris, I do hope you're not decided to go in search of loose spirits. I've heard promise of that outside.
There is rumor in this town that the devil is among us. I would satisfy them that they are wrong.
Well, then let you come out and call them wrong. Are you our minister or this Mr. Hale? Did you speak with the wardens of the church before you summoned this minister to look for devils?
He is not coming to look for devils.
Well, then what's he coming for?
There'll be children dying in the village.
Hey, I see none dying.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Paris, I think you ought to send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes, as this will start us all to arguing again in the society, and we thought to have peace this year. Perhaps we ought to rely on Dr. Griggs and good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor's baffled.
If so he is, then let us go to God for the cause of it. There is prodigious danger in the seeking of loose spirits. I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves and...
We blame ourselves. I am one of 9 sons. The Putnam seed have peopled this province. Yet I'll have this one child left of 8, and now she shrivels.
I cannot fathom that.
You think it God's work that you should never lose a child nor a grandchild either, and I bury all but one?
When Reverend Hale arrives, you'll proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command Mr. Paris. We vote in the society by name, not acreage.
I had never heard you so worried on the society, Mr. Proctor. I do not think I saw you at Sabbath meeting since Snowflow.
Well, I have trouble enough without I come 5 miles to hear him preach only hellfire and bloody damnation. There are many who stay away from church these days because he hardly ever mentioned God anymore.
That's a drastic charge.
It is somewhat true. There are many that quail to bring their children.
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations toward this ministry. Where's my wood? My contract provides I be supplied with all my firewood. I have not seen a stick since November, and even in November, I had to show my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You are allowed 6 pounds a year to buy your wood, Mr. Paris.
Mr. Corey, I am paid little enough that I should spend 6 pounds on firewood. The salary is 66 pounds per year. I am not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
I am well instructed in mathematics.
You will go far to find a man of my kind for 60 pounds a year, Mr. Corey. I am not used to this poverty. I left a thrifty business in Ireland to come here and serve the Lord. I cannot fathom it. Why am I persecuted here? I cannot offer but one proposition, and I get a riot of argument. I have often wondered if the devil be in it somewhere. I cannot understand you people otherwise.
Mr. Paris, you are the first minister ever did demand the deed to this house.
Mr. Proctor, I am your 3rd minister in 7 years. I have no wish to be put out like the cat when some majority takes the whim. You people seem not to understand. The minister is the Lord's man in the parish. A minister is not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted. There will be obedience, or the church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you speak for 1 minute without we land in hell again? I am sick of hell.
It is not for you to say what is good for you to hear.
Well, I may speak my heart, I think.
What, are we Quakers now, Mr. Proctor? We are not Quakers here yet, and you can tell that to your followers.
My followers.
There is a party in this church, Mr. Proctor. I am not blind. A faction and a party.
Against you.
Against him in all authority.
Why then, I must find this party and join it.
He does not mean that.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority. I have a crop to sow and lumber to drag home. Will you come, Giles? Oh, let's find the party. He says there's a party.
I've changed my opinion of this man, Mr. Paris. I beg your pardon. Never thought you had so much iron in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
You know, it suggests to the mind what the trouble be among us all these years. Wherefore everybody's suing everybody else. I myself have been in court 6 times this year.
Well, is it the devil's fault a man cannot tell you good morning without you clap him for defamation? You're getting old, Giles, and you're not hearing as well as you did.
John Proctor, I have only last week gotten 4-pound damages for you publicly saying I burned the roof off of your house, and you know I can't climb
I
up on
never
that roof.
said no such thing. But I did pay you for it, so I hope I can call you deaf without charge. Come along, Giles. Help me drag my lumber home.
I'll be damned first.
Mr. Proctor, what is this lumber you be dragging home, if I may ask?
My lumber. Out in my forest. By the riverside.
Why, are we surely gone wild this year? What anarchy is this? The tract is in my bounds. It's in my bounds, Mr.
In
Proctor.
your bounds? I bought that tract from Goody Nurse's husband 5 months ago.
He had no right to sell it. It stands clear in my grandfather's will that all the land between the river
Well, your
and
grandfather had a habit of willing land that never belonged to him, if I may say it plain.
That's God's truth. He nearly willed away my north pasture, but he knew I'd break his fingers before he let his hand to it. Let's get your lumber home, John. I feel a sudden will to work coming on.
You load one up of mine and you'll fight to drag it home.
Aye, and we'll win too, Putnam, this fool and I.
I'll have a name on your coin. I'll clap a wreck on you.
Oh, pray you someone take these.
Mr. Hare, it is good to see you again. My, those look heavy.
Oh, they must be. They are weighted with authority.
Well, you do come prepared.
Well, one requires hard study if one's going to go in search of the old boy. Oh, you cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
Well, it's strange how I know you, except that you look as such a good soul should. Your many acts of charity are well known in Beverly.
Do you know this gentleman, Mr. Thomas Putnam and his good wife, Anne?
Putnam, I was not expecting such distinguished company, sir.
It does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale.
Oh?
We look for you to come to our home and save our child.
Your child ails too?
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps and yet she walks.
She cannot eat.
Cannot eat? Do you gentlemen have afflicted children as well?
No, these are farmers. John Proctor.
He don't believe in witches.
I never spoke on witches one way or the other. Now, will you come, Giles?
No, I think not. I have some few queer questions of my own I'd ask this fella.
I hear you're a sensible man, Mr. Hale. I hope you leave some of it in Salem.
Will you come look at my daughter?
Yes, certainly.
We found her on the high road this morning, waving her arm as if she'd fly, and she tried to leap out the window.
She tried to fly?
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. This is a sure sign of witchcraft or foolishness.
No, now let me instruct you in this. We cannot look to superstition. The devil is precise. His hallmarks are as constant as if written in stone, and all we must do is look for his common signs and not jump to conclusions. And I must tell you, gentlemen, I shall not proceed unless you are willing to accept my advice if I should tell you that I find no mark of hell in it.
It is agreed. It is agreed. We will abide by your judgment.
Good. Now, what was your first sign of this strangeness?
Why, sir, I discovered her and my niece Abigail and 10 or 12 of the other girls dancing in the forest last night.
Dancing? You permit dancing?
No. It was secret.
Mr. Paris's friend has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
Goody Anne, we are not certain of that.
I know it, sir. I sent my child that she should learn from Teachable, who murdered her sisters.
Goody Ann, you sent a child to conjure up the dead?
Let God blame me then, not you, Rebecca. I'll not have you judging me anymore. Mr. Hale, is it a natural work to lose 7 children before they know the day?
7 dead in childbirth?
Aye.
What book is that?
What's there, sir?
Here is all the invisible world, caught, defined, and calculated. In these books, the devil stands stripped of all his brute disguises. Here, too, are all your familiar spirits, your incubi, succubi, your witches who come by land or sea or air, your wizards of the day and of the night. Now mark me, if the devil has come among us, we will find him out. And I intend to crush him utterly if he has shown his faith.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot tell. If the devil truly is in her, we may have to rip and tear to set her free.
I think I'm too old for this. I'll go now.
Rebecca, we may open up the boil of all of our troubles today.
Let us hope for that. I go to God for you, sir.
I hope you do not mean we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come, Mr. Hale, let's get on. Sit you here.
Mr. Hale,
Yes.
I have always wanted to ask a learned man, What signifies the reading of strange books?
What books?
I cannot tell. She hides them.
Who does this?
Martha, my wife. Many night I find her in a corner reading of a book. Now what do you make of that?
Well, it's not
It
necessary.
discomfits me. Last night, I tried, and I could not say my prayers. And then she would close her book and walk out the door, and suddenly, mark this, I could pray again.
Ah, the suspension of prayer. That is interesting, and we shall have to discuss this further.
Now, I'm not saying she's touched the devil, you see, but I'd admire to know what books she reads and why she hides them.
Aye.
She'll not answer me, you see.
Aye, we shall discuss it. Betty dear, can you sit up? Can you hear me, dear? It's John Hale, Reverend from Beverly. I'm here to help you, child. Do you remember my two little girls in Beverly?
How can it be the devil? Why would he choose my house to strike?
What would the devil profit from gaining a soul already had? It is the best that the devil wants, and who's better than the minister?
That's deep, Mr. Paris. Deep.
Betty, who afflicts you? It doesn't have to be a man or a woman. Perhaps some bird unseen by others comes to you, or a pig, or any sort of animal. Who is it that bids you fly? In nomine Domine Sabaoth, sue filique iti ad infernos. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing with her in the forest?
Why, common dancing is all?
I think I should mention that I saw a kettle in the grass near where they were dancing.
That were only soup.
What sort of soup, Abigail?
Why, it were beans and lentils, I think, and
Mr. Paris, did you happen to see any living thing in that kettle? A spider, or a mouse, perhaps a frog?
that frog jumped in. We never put it in there.
A frog, Abby!
We never put it in there.
Abigail, it may be your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
I didn't call him. Tituba called him.
She called the devil!
I should like to speak with Tituba.
Goody Ann, will you bring her up?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke Irish.
Did you feel anything strange when she called him? A sudden cold wind, or perhaps a trembling beneath the ground?
I didn't see no devil.
Abigail, you cannot evade me. Now, did Betty drink of anything in that kettle?
She never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink
She
it?
tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I didn't sell myself. I'm a good girl. I did drink of the kettle. She made me do it. She made Betty do it. She makes me drink blood.
Blood?
My baby's blood?
Nana! Second blood! I gave her second blood!
Tituba, are you enlisting these children for the devil?
Or the threatened devil!
Then why can she not awake? Are you silencing this child?
I love my Betty!
You have sent your spirit out upon this child, have you not? Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She sent your spirit on me in church. She makes me laugh in prayer.
She have often laughed in prayer.
She comes to me every night to go and to drink blood.
You begged me to control Abby! You begged me big time!
Sometimes she comes to me while I sleep. She's always making me dream corruptions.
Abby!
Sometimes I wake and I find myself standing in the open doorway, not a stitch on my body. I always hear her laughing and singing her Irish songs and tempting me with...
Tituba, you will wake this child now.
Mr. Reverend, I have never had her over the Trojan side.
You most certainly do, Tituba, and you will free her from it now. When did you compact with the devil?
I don't compact with that devil.
You will confess yourself. I will take you out and put you to your death.
That woman must be hanged. She must be taken and hanged.
Don't hang Tituba. I tell him. I don't desire to work for himself.
Who? The devil? Now, Tituba, I know that when we first bind ourselves to hell, it is very difficult to break free entirely. But we will help you, Tituba. We will help you tear yourself free. You would be a good Christian woman, would you not?
Aye, sir, good Christian
And you love these little children?
I do.
And you
I don't
love,
desire to hurt we children.
and you love God, Tituba.
I love with all my being.
Then in God's holy name
Bless him,
and to his glory,
I die no glory.
open yourself, Tituba. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Bless him, I bless him.
Now, when the devil comes to you, Tituba, does he ever come with another? Perhaps someone from the village, someone you know?
Who came with him? Sarah Good. Did you see Sarah Good? Or Osborne? Was it man or woman came with him?
Oh, it was a woman. It was a woman.
A woman, you say? What woman? What woman?
It was so black and so dark.
You could see her. Why did you not see her?
Well, Dad was always just carrying on and acting dramatic.
You mean out of Salem? Salem witches?
Why, I believe. Sir.
Tituba, Tituba, you must have no fear to tell us who they are. We will protect you. You know the devil can never overcome a minister.
I do.
Now, you have confessed yourself to witchcraft, and that tells me that you wish to come to heaven's side, and we will bless you.
God bless you, Mr. Hare.
Now, how many came with the devil when he came to you? 2, 3, 4, how many?
Dad was 4. Dad was 4.
Who? The names? What are the names?
Many times the air pits me to kill you, Mr. Paris.
Kill me?
I say Mr. Paris must be killed. That's Mr. Paris. Now good fella. That's Mr. Paris, bad man and not gentleman. And air pits me rise out of me bed to cut your throat. I tell you, I don't hate that man. I don't want to kill that man. But I say, you work for me, Tituba, and I make you free. I give you a pretty dress to wear, and I put you way up in the air, and you go fly back home to Ireland. And I say, you lie, devil, you lie. And then I'll come one stormy night to me and says, look, all our people belong to me. And I look, and Dad was goody good.
Sarah Good.
It's goody Osborne.
I knew it! Goody Osborne were midwife to me 3 times! I begged you, Thomas, did I not? I begged you not to call Osborne because I feared her! My babies always shrivel in your hands!
Tituba, take courage. You must give us all their names. How can you bear to see these children suffer, Tituba? Look at her, Tituba. Look at her God-given innocence. Look, her spirit is so soft, Tituba. We must protect her. Tituba, the devil is out, and he's preying upon them like the beast that preys upon the flesh of the pure lamb. Tituba, we will bless you for your help.
I want to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil.
I saw Goody Hole with the devil.
Praise
She's
the
the
Lord! She's resurrection! She is
I saw
free!
Mr. Bright with the devil. I saw Lady Franklin with the devil.
Jeeva, control those urchins. Goody Good still has rights.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait.
Come on.
Come along, Marshall.
Give you what you deserve, Witch.
What have you? You've got the devil in your soul.
Let's go.
Devil worshiper.
I am an excellent
Whatever you're getting.
Let's go.
Keep that name out of your mouth.
Oh, we have to go. We have to be free.
Witch, 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 witch.
I will plant him, seeds, far out to the forest edge.
Oh, you're done then.
Aye. The boys asleep?
They will be soon.
Pray now for a fair summer.
Aye.
Are you well today?
I am. It is a rabbit.
Oh, is it? Jonathan's trap.
No, she come walking into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner like she come to visit.
Well, that's a good sign coming in.
Pray God, it hurt my heart to strip her, poor rabbit.
It is well seasoned.
I took great care. She tender.
Aye. We'll see green fields soon, I think. It's warm as blood beneath the clods.
That's well.
Next Sunday, let you come with me, and we'll walk the field together. I've never seen a greater load of flowers on this earth. Massachusetts. It is a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
Cider?
Aye.
Whose farm's a continent when you go foot by foot dropping seeds in it?
Must be.
But if the crop is good, I'll buy George Jacob's heifer. How would that please you?
Aye, it would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth. think you're sad again. Are you?
You come home so late. I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
Well, I thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
How do you let her go, Elizabeth? You heard me forbid her go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault. It is a fault. Elizabeth, you are the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you, Elizabeth? She is mere—
She be no mouse no more. I forbid her go, and she rises up her chin like the daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I am an official of the court.
Court? What court?
It is a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges out of Boston, she says, weighty magistrates of the general court, and at the head sits deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
I pray to God she were. There be 14 people in jail now, she says, and they'll be tried, and the court have power to hang them too, she says.
They never hang any—
The deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. The town's gone wild, I think. Mary Warren speaks of Abigail as if she were a saint to see her. She brings the other girls into the court, and where she walks, the crowd will part like the sea for Israel. And folks are brought before them, and if Abigail scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person's clapped in the jail for bewitching her.
Oh. It is a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. I think so. You must tell them it is a fraud.
Aye, it is. It is surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. And tell him what she told you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had not to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did. She did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must. They must. It is a wonder that they do believe her.
I think you should go to Salem, John. Let you leave tonight.
I will think on it.
John, you cannot keep it.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then. Let you think on it.
I am only wondering how I may prove what she's told me, Elizabeth. I think it is not easy to charge fraud on Abigail when she's a saint now and the town's gotten so silly. And she told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof of it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone, aye.
Why then is it not as you told me?
Well, for a moment, I say. The others came in soon after.
Do as you wish, sir.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion anymore.
I'll
not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail you were to go and hurt, would you falter now?
Now
I
look,
think not.
you.
I see.
You will
what I
not
see.
judge me more, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I say I will think on it. Let you look to your own improvement before you judge your husband anymore. I've forgotten Abigail.
And
Oh, spare me. You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoe around my farm this past 7 months. I have not moved from there to here without, I think, to please you, but still an everlasting funeral marches round your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubted. Every movement judged as though I come into the court when I come into this house.
John, you are not open with me. You said you saw her in a crowd, and now—
I'll plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I am only—
No more! I should have roared you down when first you told me your suspicion, but I wilted. And like a Christian, I confessed some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day, but you're not. You're not. Let you remember that. Let you sometimes look for the goodness in me and judge me not.
John, I do not judge you. The magistrate that sits in your heart judges you. I always thought you were a good man, only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice could freeze beer. How dare you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I will whip you if you ever leave this house again.
I'm sick, Mr. Proctor. I'm sick. Pray, pray, hurt me not. My insides are all shuddery.
I'm in proceedings all day, sir.
And what of the proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house as you are paid £9 a year to do? And my wife not wholly well.
I'm in a gift for you today, Biddy Proctor. I had sit long hours in the chair and pass the time of sewing.
Why, thank you. It's a fair profit.
We almost love each other now, Biddy Proctor.
Aye. Indeed we must.
I'll get up early in the morning and clean the house. I'm asleep now.
Mary, is it true there be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. I'll be 39 now. She's weeping.
What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang! Hang, you say? The deputy governor will permit it?
He sentenced her. He must, but not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confess to what?
That she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in this black book in her blood and bound herself to torture Christians till God throws down and we must all worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. Surely you told them that.
Mr. Proctor, in open court she near choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Oh, Mary, surely.
She tried to kill me many a times, Goody Proctor.
Why, I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. Once you come to this court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleeps in ditches and is so very old and poor. But then she sat there, denying, and I felt a misty coldness climbing up my back. And the skin of my skull began to creep, and they felt a clamp around my neck, and I could not breathe air, and I heard a voice, a screaming voice, and it was my voice, and all at once I remember everything she's ever done to me.
What did she do to you?
So many times, says the proctor, she came to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider, and mark this, whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled? She may have mumbled because she's hungry.
Aye, but what does she mumble? You must remember, Goody Proctor, last month, Monday, I think. I turned her away and I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
Why, I do, I think.
And so I told this to Judge Hawthorne, and she says, Goody Good, what curse do you mumble to this girl that she may fall sick whenever she turns you away? And Goody Good said, why, no curse at all. I only know my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments, says she.
And that's an upright answer.
Aye, but then Judge Hawthorne say, recite to us your commandments. And of all 10, she could not name one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat fly.
So you condemned her?
Aye, we must, when she condemned herself.
But the proof!
I told you the proof. It's hard proof. Hard as rock, the judges say.
You will not go to that court again, Mary Warren.
I will have you know, Mr. Proctor, I will be gone every day. I'm amazed you not see what weighty work we do.
What weighty work? It is strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But Mr. Proctor, they will not hang if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail for some time, you see, and here's a marvel. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near to 60.
They had Dr. Griggs examine her, and she's full to the brim. And smoking that pipe all these years, and no husband either. But she is safe, thank God, for they will not hurt an innocent child. But be that not a marvel? You must see, Mr. Proctor, it is God's work we do, and I will be gone every day for some time now. I'm an official of the court.
Oh, I'll official you!
I'll not stand for whipping no more, Mr. Proctor. The devil's loose in Salem, and we must discover where he's hiding.
I'll beat the devil right out of you!
I saved your life today!
I'm accused.
You were somewhat mentioned. But I say to them, I never saw no sign you ever sent a spirit out to hurt anyone, and seeing as I live so close to you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law. I cannot say, but I hope you'll not speak so sarcastically to me from now on, Mr. Proctor. 4 judges and a king's deputy sat with us to dinner but an hour ago, and I'll have you speak civilly to me from now on.
Go to bed.
I will not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I am 18 and a woman, however single.
Oh, do you wish to sit up then? Then sit up!
I wish to go to bed!
Good night then!
Good night!
Oh, the noose. The noose is up.
No, there'll be no noose, Elizabeth.
She wants me dead, John. I knew it all week you would come to this.
No, they dismissed it. You heard what she said.
And what if tomorrow? She'll cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down, Elizabeth.
John, she wants me dead, and you know it.
Sit you down, Elizabeth. Now we must be wise.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
Fear not. I'll find Ezekiel Cheever in the morning. Tell him that we're all a sport.
John, with so many people in jail now, more than there is needed, I think. Would you favor me with this? Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There is a promise made in any bed.
Promise? What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. And she may dote on it now, which I think she does, and means to kill me and take my place. It is her dearest hope, John. There be 1,000 names, why does she call mine? There be a certain danger in calling such a name. I am no goody-good who sleeps in ditches or a goody offward drunk and half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's wife unless there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to kill me and take my place.
No, she cannot think that.
John, have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass you by in church, and yet you will blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
And what see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you be ashamed, for I am there, and she so close.
When will you know me, woman? If I were stone, I would have cracked for shame this 7 month.
Then go to her and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may since, break it, John. Break it.
Good then. I'll go.
Oh, how unwillingly.
I'll find her and I'll curse her hotter than the oldest sinner in hell. Fear not, but pray, begrudge me not for my anger.
Your anger. I only asked you.
Woman, am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never called you babe.
Then how can you charge me with such a promise? The promise a stallion gives a mare. I gave that girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit, and I am honest. But I'll fear no more, for I see how your spirit has twisted around the single air of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know that I will be your only wife, or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor. You know it well.
Good evening. Oh, hi, Mr. Hale. Good evening, sir.
I hope I didn't startle you.
Oh, no, it's only I heard no horses.
You are Goodwife Proctor?
Hi. Elizabeth.
I hope you aren't off to bed.
No, we are not used to visitors at this hour, sir, but please, sit you down.
Oh, thank you. And, Goodwife Proctor, please, be seated.
Do you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, I'm afraid not. It rebels my stomach, and I still have places to go this evening. But sit you down, sir. I will not keep you long, but I do have some business with you.
Business of the courts?
No, I come of my own, without the authority of the court. Mark me. I know not if you're aware, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
Aye, sir. Our Mary Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
I'm a stranger here, as you know, and as such, I really can't take the measure of the people who come accused before the court. So this morning and now tonight, I go from house to house, and I've just come from the house of Rebecca Young.
Rebecca's charged.
Oh, no. God forbid that one such as she be charged. But she is mentioned.
Surely, Mr. Hale, you cannot believe, I hope, that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
It is possible, Lord.
Surely you cannot think so.
Oh, this is a strange time, mister. No one can now doubt that the forces of the dark are arrayed in massive attack against this village. There's simply too much evidence to deny it. You will agree, sir.
I have no knowledge in that line, sir. But I may wonder how a woman so pious be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of good prayer.
Aye, but the devil is a wily one. You have to admit it. Still, she is far from being charged, and I know she will not be. Now, mister, I had hoped to put some questions to you about the Christian character of this house, if it's all right with you.
Why, we have no fear of questions, sir.
Oh, good, good. Now, in the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you are only rarely in the church on the Sabbath day.
No, sir, you are mistaken.
Only, what was it, 27 times in 17 months, sir? I must recall that right.
Mr. Hale, I never knew I must account to that man whether I come to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this past winter.
So I have heard. But you, mister, why could you not come alone? Was there a reason for your absence?
Well, I came when I could, and when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Mr. Proctor, your house is not the church, and surely your theology tells you that.
Aye, sir, it does. And it tells me that a minister may pray without golden candlesticks upon the altar.
Golden candlesticks?
When the church house was first built, there were pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them, you know, and a sweeter hand never did touch the metal. But then Mr. Paris come, and for 20 long weeks he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had them. I work the land, sir, from dawn of day to blink of night, and when I look to heaven and I see my money gleaming at his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. I think sometimes that man dreamed of cathedrals, not clapboard meeting houses.
And yet, Mr. Proctor, a Christian on the Sabbath must be in church. Now, you have 3 children.
Aye, boys.
Then how come it only 2 are baptized?
I like not that Mr. Paris should lay his hand upon my child. I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceal it.
Mr. Proctor, I must say it, sir, this is not for you to decide. The man's ordained. Therefore, the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
No,
I nailed the roof upon the church. I hung the door.
Oh, did you? Oh, that's a good sign, then.
Forgive me, sir, for I may be too quick to bring the man to book, but you surely cannot think we ever desired the destruction of religion. I think that's in your mind, is it not?
No. It's just that there's a softness in your record, sir. A softness.
I think maybe we have been a little too hard on Mr. Paris. I think so, but sure, we never loved the devil here.
Tell me, Elizabeth, do you know your commandment?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I am a covenant Christian woman.
Oh. And you, sir?
I am sure that I do, sir.
Oh, good. Let you recite them
The commandments.
then. Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt honor the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Thou shalt honor thy mother and father. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You have said that one twice.
Oh, aye.
Adultery, John.
Oh. You see, sir, between the two of us, we surely do know them all. Well, I think it it be a small fault.
Mr. Proctor, theology is a fortress. No crack in the fortress may be accounted small.
There be no love for Satan in this house.
Oh, I pray it. I pray it dearly. And now I should be going.
Mr. Hale, I can't help but feel you are somewhat suspecting me. Are you not?
Oh, no. I do not judge you, Goody Proctor. My duty is merely to add to the godly wisdom of the court. Now, I wish you both good health and happiness and prosperity. Good night, sir.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witnesses and cannot prove it except my word be taken, but I know the children's sickness have not to do with witchcraft.
Not to do?
Mr. Paris caught them sporting in the woods, and they were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail Williams
Aye.
said that there was nothing to do with witchcraft?
She told me the day you came, sir.
Well, why have you kept this, man?
Well, I never knew until tonight the world had gone daft with such nonsense.
Nonsense! Mr. Proctor, I myself have examined Tituba, Sarragut, and numerous others who have confessed to dealing with the devil. They've confessed it, sir.
Well, why not confess if they must hang for denying it? There are those that will confess to anything before they hang. Have you not thought of this?
I have. Now, tell me, sir, would you be willing to testify to this in court?
I had not reckoned of going to court, but if I must, then I will.
Now, you falter there, sir.
I falter nothing, sir. But I may wonder how my story would be proved in such a court. I may wonder, sir, when a minister such as yourself will cast doubt upon a woman that has never lied, that cannot lie, and the world knows she cannot lie. I may falter somewhat, mister. I am no fool.
Proctor, open with me now, for I have heard something that troubles me greatly. It is said, sir, that you may not even believe there's such a thing as witches in the world. Is that true, sir?
I know not what I have said. I may have said it. I have wondered if there be witches in this world.
Then you don't believe.
I never said. The Bible speaks of witches, and I will not deny that.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot?
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I cannot believe that the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, when she keeps an upright way as I have. I am a good woman. I know it. And if you think I may do only goodness in this world and yet be secretly bound to Satan, then I must tell you, sir, I do not believe it.
But you must believe in witches.
If you think I am one, then I say there are none.
You surely don't fight against the gospel. The gospel.
She believes in the gospel, every word.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
She do not mean to doubt the gospel, sir. This be a Christian house, sir. A Christian house.
God be with you both. Make sure the third child is baptized promptly. Go ye both on Sundays to the church for Sabbath prayers, and keep a modest, quiet way about you, I think.
John!
Giles, what's the matter?
They take my wife and Rebecca Nurse.
Rebecca's in the jail?
John, Cheever come and he take her in his wagon. We only now just come back from the jail, and they'll not even let us see her.
They've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure he mistakes these people.
Calm yourself, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale. And Martha Corey, well, there cannot be a woman closer yet to God than Martha.
What charge were laid against your wife, sir?
For murder she is charged. For the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Well, Mr. Nurse, if Rebecca be tainted, there's nothing to prevent the whole green world from burning. You must rest on the judgment, on the justice of the court, sir. The court will send her home, I know it.
You cannot mean that she'll be tried in court.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man, remember, until an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch, Mr. Hale. I always said you were reading books.
What charge has been made against your wife?
That bloody mongrel Walcott charger. You see, he bought a pig of my wife about 4 or 5 years ago, and that pig died soon after. And so he come dancing in for his money back. And my Martha, she says to him, Walcott, if you ain't got the wit to feed a pig properly, you'll not live to own many. Now he goes to court and says from that day to this, my Martha bewitched him with the book because he cannot keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks, so he charged her with witchcraft.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Why, Mr. Cheever. Good evening.
Good evening to you all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you come not on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I'm clerk of the court now, you know.
It's a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest Hale might have gone to heaven, must burn in hell. You'll burn for this, do you know it?
You know yourself I must do as I'm told. You surely know that, Giles, and that is like you not be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it. Now believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law and all of its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight? I have a warrant for your wife.
What say you, sir? A warrant for my wife? You said she were not charged!
I know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I'm given 16 warrants tonight, sir, and she is one.
Who charges her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged, sir.
Abigail Williams. On what proof? What proof?
I have little time, Proctor. The court bid me to search a house, but I like not to search a house. So will you please hand me any poppets that your wife may keep here?
Poppets?
I never keep no poppets. Not since I were a girl.
I spy a poppet, Goody Proctor.
Oh, why, this is Mary's poppet.
Would you please give it to me?
Has the court discovered a text of poppets?
Do you keep any others?
No, nor this one until tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Why, they say a poppet may signify that... Now, woman, will you please come with me?
She will not. Fetch Mary here, Elizabeth.
No! No! I'm forbidden to leave her from my sight.
You'll keep her out of sight and out of mind, mister. Fetch Mary.
Mr. Cheever, what signifies a puppet?
Why, a poppet may signify that... Why, this.
This? What is that?
Willard! It's a needle! It's a needle, Willard!
What signifies a needle?
Fists go hard with her, Proctor. I have my doubts, Proctor, my doubts. But here's calamity. I find here a needle, sir.
What meaning has it?
The girl. The Williams girl, sir. Abigail Williams. She sat to dinner at Reverend Paris's house tonight. Without word, no warning, she falls to the ground like a struck beast with a scream that a bull would weep to hear. And when he go to come save her, he found stuck 2 inches into the belly of her chest was a needle. And he demanded how she became so stabbed. Testify! Were your wife's familiar spirit pushed in it?
Why, Abigail pushed the needle in herself. I hope you're not taking this for proof, Mr. Hale.
'Tis hard proof, sir. I find here a poppet Goody Proctor keeps, and stuck 2 inches into the belly of the chest is a needle. I tell you, sir, I never seen such proof of hell. I bid you obstruct fraud.
Here now! Mary! Mary. How did this poppet come into my house?
What puppet's that, sir?
This poppet. This poppet.
What? I think it is mine.
It is your poppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it come into this house?
I made it in court today, and I gave it to Goody Proctor.
Do you have it, sir?
Mary Warren, a needle was found stuck in that puddle.
I meant no harm by it.
So you stuck the needle in yourself.
I did.
What say you now?
Mary, are you sure this be your natural memory? Could it be even now that someone conjures you to say that?
Conjures me? Why, I'm entirely myself, I think.
Bid him be gone, mister. Surely your mind is made up now. Bid them out!
What signifies a needle?
Mary, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder?
Abigail was stabbed tonight. A needle was found lodged in her belly.
And she charges me.
Aye.
Why? That girl is murdered. She must be ripped out of this world.
Willard, you've heard it. Ripped out of this world. You've heard it. Out with you. You ripped the deputy governor's warrants, man.
Damn the deputy governor. Get out of my house!
Proctor.
And get you gone with it. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, if she is innocent, the court...
If she be innocent, why do we never wonder if Paris be innocent or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem these days. Vengeance is what's walking Salem these days. We are as we always were in Salem, but now the crazy little children are jangling the keys to the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. This vengeance. I will not give my life to this vengeance.
I'll go, John.
You will not go!
John, I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep her. The law binds me, John. I cannot budge.
You will see her take it.
Proctor, the court is just.
Pontius Pilate! God will not let you wash your hands of this.
John, I think I must go. Mary.
There is bread enough in the morning. You will bake in the afternoon. Treat Mr. Proctor as if you were his daughter. You owe me this, and so much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft. It will frighten them.
I will bring you home. I will bring you home soon.
Oh, John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean on that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing. Tell the children I've gone to visit someone sick.
Willard! Willard, you will not chain her! Willard! Damn you, man, I will not have her chained!
And yet, silent minister, it is fraud. You know it is fraud. What keeps you, man?
I will pay you, Willard. I will surely pay you!
In God's name, John, I cannot help myself. I must chain them all. Now let you keep inside this house till I am gone. Man, you blind?
Mr. Proctor.
Out of my sight!
Charity, Proctor, charity! What I have heard in her favor, I will not hesitate to testify to in court. But God help me. I cannot judge her guilty nor innocent. I don't know. But this consider, it profit you nothing to lay the blame on the vengeance of a little girl.
Coward! Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now!
I cannot imagine that God be provoked so grandly by such a petty cause. Man, the jails are packed. Our most senior judges sit in Salem now, and hangings promised. Man, you must look to cause proportionate. Were there murder done and never brought to light, or abomination, or some blasphemy that stinks to heaven? Look for cause and help me to discover it. But that's your way. That's the only way when such confusion strikes upon the world. And you, gentlemen, think upon your village. and what it may have done to bring such righteous wrath down upon it. I pray God, open up our eyes.
I never heard no murder done in Salem.
Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Let you go home, Giles. We'll discuss it tomorrow in the morning.
You think I woke her early, eh?
Aye. Go now, Giles.
Good night, John.
Mr. Proctor, very likely they'll let her go once they're given proper evidence.
You will go with me to the court, Mary Warren. You will tell them what you know.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You will tell them how this poppet came to be and who stabbed the needle in it.
She'll kill me for saying that. I will charge lechery on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told you.
I know it. She'll ruin me with it. I know she will.
Good! Then her saintliness is done. We'll slide together into the pit. You will tell the court what you know.
I cannot. They'll turn on me.
My wife cannot die for me. I would bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness cannot die for me.
I cannot do it. I cannot.
Make your peace. Now hell and heaven grapple at our backs and all our old pretense is ripped away. Make your peace.
I cannot do it.
Peace. It is a providence and no great change. We are as we always were, but naked now. I, naked. And the wind, God's icy wind, will blow.
The number obviously, and then give us a shout, raise your hand, and then after the show is finished, just come back out to the table and we'll give you guys some money. Okay? Okay, the winning number is 6255506. I'll repeat it one more time. Anyone dyslexic? 6255506. Yay! Fantastic job. I'll see you after the show. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you for participating. Goose Creek appreciates the proceeds, and the winner obviously appreciates the proceeds. Have a great time and enjoy Act 2, everyone.
come to speak with you, Abigail. Will you sit?
How do you come?
Friendly.
I don't like the woods at night. Pray, you stand closer. I knew it must be you. Before I opened my eyes, when I heard the pebbles on my window, I knew. I thought you would come a good time sooner.
I had thought to come many times.
Why didn't you? I'm so alone in the world now.
Is that so? I hear there are a troop of men who will ride 100 miles just to see your face these days.
My face. Do you see my face?
So you're troubled?
Have you come to mock me?
No, Abby, but I do hear how you travel to the tavern each night and you play shuffleboard with the deputy governor and they offer you cider.
I have once or twice played the shuffleboard, but I have no joy in it.
I'm surprised, Abby. I thought I'd find you gayer than this. They say a troop of boys go step for step with you wherever you walk these days.
They do, but I have only lewd looks from the boys.
And you like that not?
I cannot bear lewd looks no more, John. My spirit's changed entirely. I ought to be given godly looks when I suffer for them as I do.
Oh? And how do you suffer, Abby?
Why, look at my leg. I'm holes all over from their damned needles and pins. The jab your wife gave me's not healed yet, you know.
Oh, it isn't.
I mean, sometimes she pricks it open again while I sleep.
Oh.
And George Jacobs, he comes to me every night, again and again, and raps me with his stick. Look at the lump I've got.
Abby, George Jacobs is in the jail all this month.
Thank God he is. And bless the day he hangs and lets me sleep in peace again. John, the world is so full of hypocrites. They pray in jail. I'm told they all pray in jail.
Well, they may not pray.
And torture me in my bed while sacred words are coming from their mouths. If only God himself to cleanse this town properly.
Abby, you mean to cry out still others?
If I live, if I am not murdered, then I surely will until the last hypocrite is dead.
Well, then there is no one good.
There's one. You are good.
Am I? How am I good?
Why, you taught me goodness, therefore you are good. It were fire you walked me through, and all my ignorance was burned away. It were a fire, John. We lay in fire. And from that night, no woman dare call me wicked anymore, but I had my answer. I used to weep for my sins when the wind lifted up my skirts, or blush for shame because some old Rebecca called me loose, and you burned my ignorance away. As bare as some December tree, I saw them all walking like saints to church, running to feed the poor, and hypocrites in their hearts. And God gave me strength to call men liars, and God made men to listen to me, and by God, I will scrub the world clean for the love of him you such a wife when the world is white again. You will be amazed to see me every day, a light of heaven in your house. Why are you cold?
My wife is set for trial in the morning, Abigail.
Your wife?
Surely you knew of it.
I do believe I remember it now. Is she well?
As well as she may be. 36 days in that place.
You said you came friendly.
She will not be condemned, Abby.
You brought me from my bed to speak of her?
I come to tell you of what I will do in court tomorrow, Abby. I come not to surprise you, but to give you good time to think so that you may save yourself.
Save myself?
If she is not freed tomorrow, I am set and bound to ruin you, Abby.
Ruin me?
I have shaky proof and documents that you knew the poppet were not my wife's, and that you bade Mary Warren to stab that needle.
Oh, I bade
no,
Mary
you know
Warren.
what you do. You are not so mad.
Hypocrites! Have you won him too? John, why do you let them send you?
I warn you, Abby.
They send you. They steal your honesty.
I have found my honesty.
No, this is your wife pleading. This, you are no hypocrite. This is Rebecca's voice. This is Martha Corey's voice. You are no hypocrite.
I will prove you for the fraud that you are.
And if they ask you why Abigail would ever do so murderous a deed, what will you tell them?
I will tell them why.
What will you tell? You will confess to fornication in the court?
If you will have it so, so I will tell it. I will tell it, I say. Hear me. Hear me. Can you hear? You will tell them you are blind as spirits, you cannot see them anymore, and you will never cry witchery again, or I will make you famous for the whore that you are!
Never in this world! I know you, John. You are in this moment singing secret hallelujahs that your wife will hang!
You mad, you murderous bitch!
Oh, how hard it is when pretense falls! But it falls. You have done your duty by her. I pray it is your last hypocrisy. I hope you will come again with sweeter news for me. I know you will. Now that your duty's done. Good night, John. Fear not. I will save you tomorrow. From yourself, I will save you.
that you are not a witch.
If I were one, I would know it.
Why do you hurt these children?
I do not hurt them. I scorn it.
I have evidence for the court.
You will keep your seat.
Thomas Putnam is reaching out for land.
Remove that man, Marshal.
You're hearing lies. Lies.
Arrest him,
Evidence.
Excellency.
Why will you not hear my evidence?
Giles.
Hands off, damn you. Let me go.
You cannot go in there, Giles. It is a court.
Out of my way, Willard.
Pray, sir, a moment.
How do you dare come roaring into this court? Are you gone daft, Corey?
You're not a Boston judge yet, Hawthorne. Do not call me daft.
Who is this man?
Giles Corey, Your Honor, and a more contentious old...
I am old enough to answer the question. My name is Corey, sir. Giles Corey. I have 600 acres and timber in addition. It is my wife that be condemning now.
And how do you imagine to help her cause with such contemptuous riot? Now be gone. Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for this.
Your Excellency, I never said my wife were a witch. I only...
Then you take it upon yourself to decide what this court shall believe and what it shall set aside.
Your Excellency, we mean no disrespect.
Disrespect indeed. It is a disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
Your Excellency, I never said my wife were a witch. I only said she was reading books, and then they come and they say...
What?
Your Excellency, it is my third wife, do you understand, sir? And I never had no wife that were so taken with books, and I only thought to find a cause of it. I broke charity with a woman. I broke charity with her.
Excellency, he claims hard evidence for his wife's defense.
Then let him submit his evidence in proper affidavit. You are certainly aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hale. Clear this room.
Giles.
We're desperate, sir. We come here for 3 days now and cannot be heard.
Who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca, who were condemned this morning.
Indeed, I am amazed to find you in such uproar. I have only good report of your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they must both be arrested in contempt, sir.
Let you write your plea, and in due time I will...
Excellency, we have proof for your eyes. Now, God forbid you should shut them to it. The girls, sir. The girls are frauds.
What's what?
We have proof of it, sir. They're all deceiving you.
This is contempt, sir. Contempt.
Peace, Judge Hawthorne. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I surely do. And I think you must be a wise judge to be what you are.
And do you know that near to 400 are in the jails from Lynn to Marblehead and upon my signature? And 72 condemned to hang by that signature?
Excellency, I never thought I would say this to such a weighty judge. But you are deceived.
Mary Warren, what are you about here?
She would speak with the deputy governor.
Did you not tell me Mary Warren were sick in bed?
She were, sir. When I go to fetch her for court last week, she said she was sick.
She's been striving with her soul all week, Your Honor. She comes now to tell the truth to you.
Who's this?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Your Honor. This man is mischief.
I think you should hear the girl, sir.
Peace. What would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits, sir.
Never saw no spirits?
Never.
She assigned a deposition, sir.
No. I accept no depositions. Tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given this story out in the village?
We have not.
They mean to overthrow the court, Your Honor.
I pray you, Mr. Paris. Before I decide whether I shall listen to you or not, I must tell you this. We burn a hot fire here. It melts down all concealment. Now, are you certain, mister, in your conscience, that your evidence is the truth?
It is, sir, and you will surely know it.
I take it you came here to declare this revelation in the open court before the public.
Why, I think I would, with your permission, sir.
Now, sir, what is your purpose in so doing?
Why, I would free my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart, nor hidden in your conscience, any desire to undermine this court.
Why, no, sir.
I tell you straight, mister, I have seen marvels in this court. I have seen people choked by spirits before my eyes. I've seen them stuck by pins and slashed by daggers. I have until this moment not the slightest reason to believe that children are deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Sir, does it not strike you odd that these women have lived so long with such an upright reputation?
Do you read the gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the gospel.
I think not. Well, surely you would know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye, it does tell us that. But who tells us that Rebecca Nurse sent her spirit out to murder 7 babies? It is the children only, and this one will swear she lied to you.
Judge Hawthorne?
Aye, sure, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning I received a claim in which your wife tells me that she is pregnant now.
My wife pregnant, sir?
There be no sign of it. We have examined the body.
Oh, but if she says she's pregnant, then she must be. That woman will never lie, Mr. Danforth.
She will not.
Never, sir, never.
Mr. Proctor, if I should tell you now that I will let her be kept another month, and if she begin to show her natural signs, you shall have her living another year until she is delivered. What say you to that? Come now. You say your only purpose is to save your wife. But then, she is saved at least this year, and a year is long. What say you? It is done now. Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot, sir.
Then your purpose is somewhat larger.
He means to overthrow the court, Your Honor.
These are my friends, sir, and their wives are also...
I judge you not, sir. Sit down. Sit down. I will hear your evidence.
I come not to hurt the court, sir. I only...
Marshal, bid Judge Southern and Judge Sewell go into the court and declare recess for 1 hour. And let them go to the tavern if they will. All witnesses and prisoners are to be kept in the building.
If you'll forgive me, sir, I've known him all my life. It is a good man, sir.
I am sure of it, Marshal. Now, sir, what deposition do you have for us? And I pray you, be open, clear as the sky, and honest.
I am no lawyer, sir,
The
so...
pure in heart need no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
But first, would you read this, sir? It is a sort of testament. The people below who have signed have declared their good opinion of Rebecca and my wife and Martha Corey.
Their good opinion?
These are covenant people, land-owning farmers, members of the church. You'll note, sir, that the people who signed state that they knew the women for many years, but never saw no dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Oh, must every defense be an attack upon the court? Can no one...
All innocent and Christian people are happy for the courts in Salem. These people are gloomy for it. And I think you will want to know, Your Honor, from each and every one of them, what discontents them with you.
I think they ought to be examined, sir.
It is not necessarily an attack, I think.
These are all
Yet,
covenanted Christians, sir.
then I am sure they will have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, have warrants drawn for all of these. Arrest for examination. Now, sir, what other information do you have for us? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
I brought trouble on these people. I have!
No, old man, no. You have not hurt these people if they are of good conscience. But I must tell you, sir, you must understand, a person is either with this court or he must be counted against it. There be no road between. And this is a sharp time now, a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befuddled the world. Now, by God's grace, the shining sun is up, and them that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. She's not hearty, I see.
No, sir, she's not. Mary, do you remember what the angel Raphael said to the boy Tobias? Do you remember it? Do which is good, and no harm shall come to thee.
Come, man, we wake you.
John, my deposition. Give him mine.
Aye. This is Giles Corey's deposition.
Oh.
What lawyer drew this, Corey?
You know I never hired no lawyer in my life, Hawthorne.
It is very well phrased. My compliments. Mr. Paris, if Mr. Putnam is in the court, bring him in. You have no legal training, Mr. Corey?
I have the best. I'm 33 times in court in my life, and always plaintiff, too.
Oh, then you are much put upon.
I'm never put upon. I know my rights, and I will have them. You know, your father tried a case of mine once. Might be about 35 years ago, I think.
Indeed.
He never spoke to you of it?
No, I cannot recall.
That's strange. He were a fair judge, your father. He gave me 9 pound damages. You see, back then I had this white mare, and then this fella came to borrow the mare. And when he brought the mare back, the mare had no shoe, and I could... Ah! There he is!
Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation by Mr. Corey against you. In it, he states you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery upon George Jacobs that is now in jail.
This is a lie.
Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you to that?
A fur on Thomas Putnam. That's what I say to that.
What proof do you submit for your charge, sir?
My proof is there. If Jacob hang for a witch, he lose his property. That's law. And there is none but Putnam with a coin to buy so good a piece. This man is killing his neighbors for their land.
What proof, sir? Proof.
My proof is there. An honest man heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out on Jacobs, he said she'd given him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man who gave you this information.
I can give you no name.
And why not?
You know why not. He'll lay in jail if I give his name.
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely tell us the name.
I cannot give you no name. I said my wife's name once, and I'll burn in hell long enough for that. I stand mute.
In that case, I have no choice but to arrest you for contempt of court. Do you understand that?
You cannot arrest me for contempt of a hearing.
Oh, it is a proper lawyer. Do you wish me to declare this court in full session here? Or will you give me good reply?
I cannot give you no name. I cannot.
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Cheever, begin the record. is now in session. I ask you, Mr. Corey.
Sir, he has told you the story in confidence,
The
sir.
devil lives in such confidences. Without confidences, there can be no conspiracies, Your Honor.
I think it must be broken, sir.
Oh, man. If your informant tell the truth, let him come here openly like a decent man. But if he hides in anonymity, I must know why. Now, sir, the government and Central Church demand of you the name of him that reported Mr. Thomas Putnam a murderer.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale.
we cannot blink it more. There is a prodigious fear of this court in the country.
Then there is a prodigious guilt in this country. Are you afraid to be questioned here?
I may only fear the Lord, sir, but there is fear in the country nevertheless.
Reproach me not with fear in the country. There is fear in the country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ in the country.
That doesn't mean that everyone who comes accused is a part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court. None. Mr. Corey, you are under arrest in contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you will be set in the jail until you decide to answer all questions.
I'll cut your throat, Putnam.
Giles, no!
I'll kill you
Giles,
yet.
peace! Giles, we will prove it all now, but peace!
Don't say another word, John. They're only playing you. They mean to hang us all.
This is a court of law, mister. I'll have no effrontery here.
Forgive him, sir, for his old age. Forgive him. Sit you down now, Giles. We'll prove it all now. You cannot leave, Mary. Remember what the angel said to Tobias. Cling to it, for that is your rock. This is the deposition of Mary Warren. When you read it, sir, I ask that you remember that 2 weeks ago she were not unlike the other children. She cried, she howled, she swore familiar spirits choked her, she even swore that Satan, in the form of women now in jail, tried to win her soul away, and when she refused,
We know all this.
Aye, sir. She now swears that she never saw Satan, nor any spirit, vague or clear, that Satan had set upon her, and she states that the children are lying now.
Excellency, a moment. I think this goes to the heart of the matter, sir.
It surely does.
I cannot say he's an honest man. I know him but little. But surely this argument needs to be considered very carefully.
Now, look at you,
No,
Mr. Hale.
I didn't make myself clear, sir. This gentleman is a farmer. He has no legal training. I pray you, sir, send him home. Let him come back with a lawyer.
Mr. Hale.
An argument this weighty, sir, cannot be presented to you by a man such as this. I have personally signed 27 death warrants, sir. I'm a minister of the Lord, and I may not take life without having a proof so immaculate that not a single qualm of conscience may have.
Mr. Hale, believe me, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered.
Sir.
I hope you'll forgive me. Now let me consider. I've been 32 years at the bar, and I should be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. Now look you, and I bid you all do the same. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witnesses to prove his innocence, but witchcraft is ipso facto, on its face and by its nature, an invisible crime. Therefore, who may possibly be witness to it? The witch and the victim, none other. Now we cannot hope the witch will accuse herself, granted. Therefore we must rely on the victim, And they do testify. The children certainly do testify. As for the witches, none will deny that we are most eager for their confession. Therefore, what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I have made my point, have I not?
But sir, this girl claims that the others are lying, and if that is true...
That is precisely what I am about to consider. Now, what more may you ask of me? Unless you doubt my probity.
No, sir, I certainly do not let you consider it then.
Then let you put your heart to rest. Her deposition, Mr. Proctor.
Your Honor, I should like to question...
Mr. Paris, I bid you be silent. Sit you down, Mr. Proctor. You sit there. Mr. Cheever, will you go into the court and bring the children out? Now, Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you tell me that you sat in my court, callously lying, when you knew that people would hang by your evidence. Answer me!
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars? Or is it now that you lie?
No, sir. I am with God.
You are with God now.
Sir.
I will tell you this. You are either lying now, or you were lying in the court. And in either case, you have committed perjury, and you will go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary. Do you know that?
I cannot lie no more. I am with God now. I am with God.
Your Excellency, Ruth Putnam's not in court, sir, nor the other children.
These will be sufficient. Sit you down, children. Sit down. Now, children, your friend, Mary Warren, has given us a deposition in which she swears that she never saw familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She claims, likewise, that none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law. Law based upon the Bible writ by Almighty God, forbid witchcraft and describe death as the penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the law and Bible damns all liars and bearers of false witness. Now then, it does not escape me that this deposition may be devised to blind us. It may very well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract our sacred purpose. If so, her neck will break for it. But if she speak true, I bid you now drop your guile and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Children, a very augur bit will now be turned into your souls until your honesty is proved. Will either of you change your positions now, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not to change, sir. She lies.
You would still go on with this?
I see.
A poppet were discovered in Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you sat beside her in the court when she made it, that you saw her make it, and that you witnessed how she herself stuck the needle into it for safekeeping. What say you to that?
It is a lie, sir.
While you worked for Mr. Proctor, were there any puppets in the house?
Goody Proctor always kept puppets.
Your Honor, my wife never kept no poppets. Mary Warren sweared it was her poppet.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Jeever.
when I spoke with Goody Proctor in the house that day, she said she never kept no poppets, but she said she did keep poppets when she was a girl.
She had not been a girl these 15 years, Your Honor.
But a puppet will keep 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept, Your Excellency, but Mary Warren swears she never saw no poppets in my house, nor anyone else.
Why could there not be puppets hid where no one ever saw them?
Ay, and there may have been 2 golden candlesticks in my house, but no one ever saw them.
We are here, Your Honor, precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
Your Honor, what might Mary Warren profit from this turnabout? What might she gain but hard questioning, or worse?
You are charging Abigail Williams with a marvelous cool plot to murder. Do you know that?
I do, sir. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder
It is
your
not
wife.
a child, sir. But hear now, sir. Twice in the past year, in the light of the congregation, this one were put out of the meeting house for laughter during prayer.
What's this? Laughter!
Excellency!
Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I believe it may have happened once. She is sometimes silly, but she is solemn now.
Aye, now she is solemn and goes to hang people.
Quiet, man.
Surely it have no bearing on the question, sir. He charges contemplation of murder.
Aye, but it does strike hard upon me that she will laugh at prayer. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, tell the governor how you danced in the woods.
Ever since I came to Salem, this man is blackening my name.
I pray you, sir, what is this? Dancing!
Mr. Proctor.
Abigail leads the girls into the woods at the dead of night. They're dancing there, naked, and Mr. Paris discovers them there in the dead of night.
Your Honor!
There's the child she is.
Mr. Paris.
I can only say I never saw any of them naked.
You discovered them dancing in the woods. Abigail!
Excellency, when I arrived from Beverly, Mr. Paris told me.
You deny it, Mr. Paris.
I do not. But I never saw any of them naked.
But she have danced!
Aye, sir.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray, proceed.
You say you never saw no spirits, Mary, were never threatened or afflicted by any manifest of the devil or the devil's agents.
No.
And yet, when people accused of witchery confronted you in court, you would faint, saying their spirits came out of their bodies and choked you.
It was pretense.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times, and your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth.
I saw that many times.
They only pretended to faint, Your Honor. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then can she pretend to faint now?
Now?
Aye. No spirits are attacking her now, for no one in this room is accused of witchcraft. So let her turn herself cold now. Let her pretend she is attacked now. Let her faint. Faint?
Faint?
Aye, faint. Prove to us how you pretended in court so many times.
I cannot faint now, Mr. Proctor.
You cannot pretend it?
I have no sense of it now.
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell.
Might
sir.
it be that here there are no afflicting spirits loose, but in the court there were some?
I never saw no spirits.
Then see no spirits now, and prove to us how you can faint by your own will, as you claim.
I cannot do it.
Then you will confess, will you not? Attacking spirits made you to faint.
No, sir,
This is a clear attack upon the court.
It's not a trick. I used to faint because I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw them.
But I did not, Your Honor.
How could you think you saw them unless you saw them?
I cannot tell, ma'am, but I did. I heard the other girls screaming, and you, Your Honor, you seemed to believe them. And, oh, it were only sport at the time, but then the whole world was crying, spirits, spirits! And, oh, you must believe me, Mr. Danforth. I only thought I saw spirits, but I did not.
Surely, Your Honor, you are not taken in by this simple lie.
Abigail Williams, I bid you now, search your heart and tell me this, and beware of it, child. To God every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Is it possible, child, that the spirits you have seen are illusion only, some deception that may cross your mind?
This is a base question,
Child,
sir.
I would have you consider it.
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have seen my blood running out. I have been near to murdered every day because I've done my duty, pointing out the devil's people, and this is my reward. To be mistrusted, denied,
Child,
questioned.
I do not mistrust
Let you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you to be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wit. Beware of it.
What is it, child?
I know not. A wind. A cold wind has come.
Abby! Your Honor, I freeze.
They're pretending.
She is cold, Your Honor. Touch her.
Mary, do you send this shadow on me?
Lord, save me!
I freeze.
Abby, don't do that!
Mary Wine, do you witch her?
Let me
I
go.
say you send your spirit out.
Let me go, Mr. Proctor! I cannot!
Heavenly Father, take away this shadow! Heavenly Father!
Whore! How dare you call down heaven?
Man, what do you...
It is a whore!
Now here!
You charge...
No, mark me, sir, for she may suck a scream to stab me with.
You will prove this. This will not pass.
I have known her, sir. I have known her.
You are a lecher.
John, you cannot!
No, it is true, Francis. It is true. She will deny it, sir, but surely you must believe that a man will not simply cast away his good name, sir.
In what time? In what time? In what place?
In the proper place, where my beasts are bedded. 8 months, sir. It has been 8 months. She used to serve me in my house, sir. A man may think God sleeps, but God sees everything. I know that now. I beg you, sir, I beg you, see her for what she is. My wife, my dear, good wife, saw her for what she is and put her out on the high road, being what she was, sir, a lump of vanity. Excellency, forgive me. Forgive me, sir, for she wishes to dance with me on my wife's grave, and well, she might, for I have thought of her. Softly. God help me, I lusted, and there is a promise in such sweat. But it is a whore's vengeance. You must see it now, sir. I place myself entirely in your hands. You must see it, sir. My wife is innocent, except she knows a whore when she sees one.
You deny every scrap and tittle of this?
If I must answer that question, sir, I will leave.
and I will not come back again.
She does not deny it, Your Excellency. She does not deny
You
it.
will remain where you are. Sit you down. Mr. Paris, go into the court and bring Goodwife Proctor out. Mr. Paris, and tell her not one word of what has been spoken here, and let you knock before you enter. Now we shall touch the bottom of this swamp. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman?
Aye, sir, she cannot lie. There are them that cannot weep, and them that cannot sing, and my wife cannot lie.
And when she put this girl out of her house, she put her out for a harlot.
Aye.
And knew her for a harlot.
She knew her for a harlot.
Good then. And if she tell me, child, it were for harlotry, may God spread his mercy on you. Hold! Turn your back. Turn your back! You do likewise. Let neither of you turn to face Goody Proctor. No one in this room is to speak one word or raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter. Mr. Cheever, you will report this testimony in all exactness. Are you ready?
Ready, sir.
Come here, woman. You will look at me only, not at your husband, in my eyes only.
Good sir.
We are given to understand that at one time you dismissed your servant, Abigail Williams.
That's true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her? You will look in my eyes only and not at your husband. The answer is in your memory, and you need no help to give it to me. Why did you dismiss Abigail Williams?
She dissatisfied me and my husband.
In what way dissatisfied you? Woman, look at me. Was she slovenly, lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor, in that time I was sick, and my husband is a good and righteous man, sir. He is never drunk like some are, nor wasting his time at the shuffleboard, but always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, sir, I were a long time sick after my last baby, and I come to think I saw my husband somewhat turning from me. And this girl...
Look at me.
I saw Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I come to think he somewhat fancied her, and so one night I lost my wits, I think, and I put her on the high road.
Your husband? Did he indeed turn from you?
My husband is a goodly man, sir.
Then he did not turn from you? Look at me! To your own knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer my question! Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her.
Elizabeth, tell the truth,
He
Elizabeth!
has spoken, remove her.
Elizabeth, I have confessed it, Elizabeth!
Oh, John! Forgive me.
Please, sir, she only thought to say my name, sir, please.
Excellency, it was a natural lie to tell. I beg you, sir, stop here before another is condemned. I may turn my conscience from it no more, sir. Private vengeance is working through this testimony. From the beginning, that man has struck me true, and I believe him. My oath to heaven, I believe him now, and I beg you, sir, call back his wife.
She spoke nothing of lechery, and this man lies.
I believe him. And I have never believed this girl. From the beginning, I've seen her false.
You will not be gone!
What is it, child? What's there? What, child? Girls, why do you...
It's on the beam!
Where?
Why do you come, yellow bird?
What bird? I see no bird.
My face? My face!
Mr. Hale,
quiet!
Do you see a bird?
Quiet!
But God made my face for
cannot stop my vow. It is God's work I do.
Abby, I'm here.
Lies! Lies!
Mary, please don't come down.
It's fine. Mary, it's fine.
Please, Mary, don't hurt me.
Mary
I'm not
Warren,
hurting her.
why does she see this vision?
There is nothing there, sir.
She sees nothing.
She sees nothing.
Abby, you mustn't.
Abby, you mustn't.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Have you compacted with the devil?
Never.
Why can they only repeat you?
Get me a whip and I could stop it.
They're sporting. Abby, stop it. Abby, stop it. Stop it.
A little while ago you were afflicted. Now it appears you afflict others. Where did you find this power?
I have no power. I have no power.
They're gulling you, mister.
Why did you turn about this past 2 weeks? You have made compact with the devil, have you not?
Mary.
Mary, God damns all liars, Mary.
You have compacted with the devil. You have made vow with Lucifer, have you not?
God damns liars, Mary.
What do you say? I cannot hear you. You will confess yourself or you will hang. Do you know who I am? I say you will hang if you do not open with me.
Mary, remember the angel Raphael. Do what is good.
Her wings are spreading, Mary. Mary, please don't. She's going to come down. She's walking the beam. Look out, she's coming down.
Mary, tell the governor.
Don't touch me.
Mary.
You are the devil's man.
Praise God.
Mary, how could you?
I'll not hang with you. I love God.
He bid you do the devil's work?
He come to me every night to sign.
To sign what?
The devil's book. He come with a book.
My name. He wants my name. I'll kill you, he says, if my wife hangs. We must go over to the court, he says.
Mr. Hale.
He come every night. His fingers like claws and his eyes like holes, and he claws my neck, and I sign.
Excellency, the child's gone wild.
Mary.
No, I'll go your way no more. I love God. My soul. I'll never go.
What are you? You are combined with Antichrist, are you not? I have seen your power, mister. You will not deny this.
This is not witchcraft. These girls are frauds, and you condemn an honest man!
I will have nothing from you, Mr. Hale. Will you confess yourself befouled with hell, or do you keep that black allegiance yet? What say you?
I say, God is dead!
Hear it! Hear it!
A fire, there is a fire that is burning. I have heard the boot of Lucifer, I have seen his face, and it is my face, and it is yours, Danforth. For you that quail to bring men out of ignorance as I have quailed, and you quail when you know in your black hearts that this is fraud! God damns our kind especially, but we will burn. We will burn together.
Marshal, take him and Corey with him to the jail.
You are pulling heaven down and raising up a whore!
I condemn these proceedings, and I quit this court!
Mr. Hale! Mr. Hale! Mr. Paris?
I'll go fetch him.
Marshal, when did Reverend Hale arrive?
It were about midnight, I think.
What's he about here?
He goes among them that will hang, sir, and he prays with them. He sits with Goody Nurse now. I'm Mr. Paris with him.
Indeed. That man have no authority to enter here. Why have you let him in, Marshal?
When Mr. Paris command me, sir, I cannot deny him.
Are you drunk, Marshal?
No, sir. It is a bitter night and I have no fire here.
Fetch Mr. Paris.
Aye, sir.
There is a prodigious stench in this place.
I have only now cleared the people out for you.
Beware hard drink, Marshal.
Aye, sir.
Let your question Hale, Excellency. I should not be surprised he has been preaching in Andover lately.
We'll come to that. Speak nothing of Andover. Paris prays with him. That's strange.
I think sometimes Paris has a mad look these days.
Mad?
I met him yesterday coming out of his house. I bid him good morning, and he wept. And went his way. I think it is not well. The village sees him so unsteady.
Perhaps he have some sorrow.
I think it be the cows, sir.
The cows?
There be so many cows wandering the high road, sir. All their masters are in jails now, and there's much disagreement to who they will belong to now. I know Mr. Paris be arguing with them all yesterday. There be great contention, sir, about the cows. Contention make him weep, sir, but always a man that weep for contention.
Good morning, Your Excellency. I beg your pardon waking you so early. Thank you for coming. Good morning, Judge Hoffa.
Reverend Hale have no right to enter this cell.
Excellency, hear me.
Do you leave him alone with the prisoner?
What's his business here?
Mr. Hale returns to bring the others to Rebecca Nurse to God.
He bids her confess?
Hear me. It is a providence. The 3 months since she came, Rebecca have given me not one word, and now she sits with him and her sister and Mother Corey and 2 or 3 others, while he pleads with them to confess their crimes and save their lives.
This is indeed a providence. And they soften? They soften?
Not yet. But I thought to summon you, sir, for there is news that the court must reckon with. And my niece, Abigail, has vanished.
Vanished?
I thought to advise you of it earlier in the week, sir.
Why? How long is she gone?
This be the 3rd night, sir. Mercy Lewis is gone too.
I'll send a party for them. Where may they be?
Excellency, I believe they be aboard a ship. My daughter tells me now that she overheard them speaking of ships last week. And tonight I discover my strong box is broken into.
She has robbed you.
31 pounds is gone. I am penniless.
Mr. Paris, you are a brainless man.
It profits you nothing that you should blame me. I cannot think what they would fee Salem, for they fear to keep here any more, since news of Andover is broken here.
Andover is remedied. The court returns there on Friday and will resume examinations.
I am sure of it, sir. Rumor here speaks of rebellion in Andover.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
I tell you what is spoken here, sir. Andover has overthrown the courts, they say, and will have no part of witchcraft. There be a faction here feeding on that news, and I tell you true, I fear there will be riot here.
Riot? Why, at every execution I have seen naught but high satisfaction in the town.
Judge Hathorne, it be another sort that was hanged till now. Rebecca Nurse is no Bridget that lived 3 years with Bishop before she married him. John Proctor is no Isaac Ward that drank his family to ruin. Let Rebecca stand upon the gibbet and send up some righteous prayer, and I fear she will bring down vengeance upon you.
Excellency, she is condemned a witch, but court
Pray,
has
Judge
decided.
Hawthorne, what do you propose then?
I propose we postpone these hangings for a time.
There will be no postponement.
With Mr. Hale's return, there is hope, I think, for if he brings even one of these to God, surely that will condemn them in the eyes of the public, and none may doubt that they are all linked to hell. This way, unconfessed and claiming innocence, honest people will weep for them, and our good purpose will be lost in their tears.
Cheever, give me the list.
Let it not be forgot, sir, that when I called the congregation for John Proctor's excommunication, there were but 30 people come to hear it. That speaks of discontent, I think.
There will be no postponement.
Excellency.
Now, sir, which of these do you think may be brought to God? I myself will strive with their souls till dawn.
There is not sufficient time
I
till
shall
dawn.
do my utmost. Now, which of these do you have hope for?
Excellency. A dagger.
What do you say?
Tonight, as I stepped outside my house, a dagger clattered to the ground as I opened the door. You cannot hang this sword. It is danger for me. I fear to leave my house at night.
Mr. Hale, accept my congratulations. We are gladdened to see you return to your good work.
You must pardon them. They will not budge.
Mr. Hale, you misunderstand me. I cannot pardon those when 12 have already been executed for the same crime. It is not just.
Rebecca will not confess.
I need more time, sir. The sun is going to come up in a matter of moments.
Now hear me and beguile yourselves no more. I will not hear one plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 have already been executed. The names of these 7 have been given out. The town expects to see them die at dawn. Postponement speaks of floundering on my part. Reprieve or pardon must cast doubt on the guilt of them that died till now. Now, while I speak God's law, I will not crack its voice with whimpering. And if it is retaliation you fear, know this: I should hang 10,000 that rised up against God's law, and an ocean of salt tears could not melt the resolution of the statutes. Now, draw yourselves up like men and help me as you are bound to do. Have you spoken with them all, Reverend Hale?
All but Proctor. He's in the dungeon.
What's Proctor's way now?
He sits like some great bird. You wouldn't know he were alive, except he takes food from time to time.
What think you, Mr. Ferris? You have closer knowledge of the man. His wife, she must be well on with child now. Might her presence soften him?
It is possible, sir. He hath not laid eyes on her these 3 months. I should summon her.
Is he yet adamant? Has he struck at you again?
No, sir, he cannot. He is chained to the wall.
Fetch Goody Proctor to me, then let you bring him up.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, if you were to postpone for a week and publish to the town that you are striving yet for their confessions, this would speak mercy of you, sir, not floundering.
Mr. Hale, As God have not empowered me, like Joshua, to keep the sun from rising, so I cannot keep from the people the perfection of their punishment.
Excellency, if you think God wills you to raise rebellion, you are mistaken.
You have heard rebellion spoken of in Salem?
Excellency, orphans roam from house to house. Abandoned cattle bellow on the high roads. The stink of rotting crops fills the air, and no man may know when the harlot's cry will end his life. And you ask me if I've heard rebellion spoken? Better you should wonder that they haven't burned your province.
Mr. Hale, have you preached in Andover this past month?
Thank God they have no need of me in Andover.
You baffle me, sir. Why have you returned here?
Why, it's simple. I come to do the devil's work. I am here to malign Christians. I'm here as a spirit.
Goody Proctor, I hope you are hearty.
I'm yet 6 months before my time.
Pray be at your ease. We come not for your life. We... Mr. Hale, will you speak with the woman?
Goodwife Proctor, you know, do you not, that your husband is marked to hang this morning?
I've heard of it.
I hope you know that I'm not a member of the court. I come here of my own. I would save your husband's life. For if it is taken, I would count myself as murderer. Do you understand me?
What do you want?
Goody Proctor, I've spent the last 3 months, as our Lord did, wandering in the wilderness, trying to find a Christian way. For a minister faces double damnation if he counsels a man to lie.
It is no lie.
It is a lie. They are innocent.
No more, no more. I'll have no more of that.
Goody Proctor, do not fail to see your duty as I failed to see my own. I came to this village like a bridegroom to his beloved. The very crowns of holy law I brought. And where I turned, with my great confidence, it died. And what I looked upon with the eye of my great faith, blood flow. Goody Proctor, cleave to no faith if faith brings blood. It is false law that leads you to sacrifice. I plead with you, go to your husband, counsel him to confess, let him give his lie. Do not be concerned about God's judgment in this, for it might well be that God damns a liar less than he who throws his life away for pride. Go to him, woman. Plead with him. I can't think he will listen to anyone else.
I think that be the devil's argument.
Oh. Before the laws of God, we are all swine. We cannot know his truth.
What is it you want?
I want you to go to him and plead for him to confess. There really is no other way. There's no one else to whom he will listen. He will certainly not listen to me.
I cannot dispute with you, sir. I like the learning for it.
Goody Proctor, you are not summoned here for disputation. Be there no wifely tenderness within you. He will die with the sunrise, your husband. Do you understand that? What say you? Will you plead with him? Are you stoned? I tell you true, woman, had I no other proof of your unnatural life, your dry eyes alone would be evidence enough that you had given your soul up to hell. A very ape would weep at such calamity. Have the devil dried up any tear of pity in you? Take her out! Take her out! It profit nothing she should speak to him.
Let me speak to him, Your Excellency.
You'll strive with him.
Will you plead with his confession, or will you not?
I promise nothing. Let me speak to him.
Excellency, let us leave them.
Mr. Proctor, you have been informed, have you not? I see light in the sky, mister. Let you counsel with your wife, and may God spread his mercy and help you turn your back on hell.
Mr. Proctor, if you should desire a cup of cider, I'm sure that God lead you now.
You've been chained.
The child.
Grow.
There is no word of the boys.
They're well. Rebecca's Daniel keeps.
You have not seen them.
I have not.
You are a marvel, Elizabeth. They come from my life now.
I know it.
Have none others yet confessed?
There be many confessed.
Who are they?
There be 100 or more. Goody Ballard is one. Isaiah Goodkind is one. There be many.
Rebecca?
Not Rebecca. She's 1 foot in heaven, I'll not may hurt her more.
And Giles?
You have not heard of it.
I hear nothing where I am kept.
Giles is dead.
When were he hanged?
He were not hanged. He would not answer his indictment, aye or nay. For if he denied the charge, they'd hang him surely and auction out his property. So he stand mute and died Christian under the law. And his sons will inherit his farm. For that is the law. He cannot be condemned a wizard unless he answer his indictment, aye or nay.
Then how did he die?
They press him, German.
Press?
Great stones they lay upon his chest until he plead aye or nay. They say he gave him but 2 words. More weight. Bang.
More weight.
Aye. He were a fearsome man, Giles Corey.
I have been thinking I would confess to them. What say you if I give them that?
I cannot judge you, John.
What would you have me do?
Whatever you would do, I would have it. I want you living, John, I'm sure.
Giles's wife, has she confessed?
She will not.
It is a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. It is fraud, and I am not that man.
And yet, you've not confessed until now. That speaks goodness in you.
My honesty is broken, Elizabeth. I am no good man. Spite alone keeps me silent. For it is hard to give a lie to dogs. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
John, it's not for me to give.
Then pray it speaks some honesty. Let them that never lied die now to keep their souls. It is a pretense, and a vanity that does not blind God nor keep our children out of the wind. What say you?
John, it come to naught that I should forgive you. Can you forgive yourself? It is your soul, John. But only be sure of it, for I know it now. Whatever you will do is as a good man does it. I've come to know my heart in this 3 months. I have sins of my own to count, and need a cold wife to prop lechery.
Enough! Enough!
Better you should know me.
It is enough. I know you.
Take my sins upon you, John.
I only take my own. My own.
I counted myself so plain, so poorly made, no good love could ever come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I never knew how to say my love. It were a cold house I kept.
What say you, Proctor? The sun is soon up.
Do as you will, but let none be your judge, for there is no higher judge under heaven than Proctor is himself. Forgive me, John. I never knew such goodness.
I would have my life.
You'll confess yourself?
I want my life.
God be praised! It is a providence. He will confess. Proctor will confess.
Why must you cry it out? It is evil, is it not? It is evil.
I cannot judge you, John. I cannot.
Then who will judge me? God in heaven, what is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? He is honest. I think I'm no saint. Let Rebecca go like the saint, but for me it is fraud.
I am not your judge. I cannot be.
Would you give them this lie? Would you give them it? No. Even if the tongues of fire were singeing you, you could not do it. It is evil. Well, good then. It is evil, and I do it.
Praise to God, man, praise to God. You shall be blessed in heaven for this. Now then, let's have it. Are you ready, Mr. Cheever?
Why must it be written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village. This we shall post on the church door. Now, will you speak slowly and directly to the point for Mr. Cheever's sake? Say on, Mr. Proctor. Have you ever seen the devil in your life? Come, man. Man, there is light in the sky. The town waits at the scaffold. I would give out this news. Did you ever see the devil?
I did.
Praise God. Praise God.
And when he came to you, what were his demand? Did he bid you do his work upon the earth?
He did.
And you bound yourself to his service? Ah, Rebecca Nurse. Come in, woman.
You are well.
Courage, man, courage. Let her see your good example, that she may be brought to God herself. Hear it, goody nurse. Say on, Mr. Proctor. Did you bind yourself to the devil's service?
I did.
Why, John?
Now, woman, surely you see it profit nothing to keep this conspiracy any longer. Will you confess yourself with him?
Oh, John, God have mercy on you.
Take her out.
I say, will you confess yourself, goody nurse?
It is a lie. It is a lie. How may I damn myself? I cannot. I cannot.
Mr. Proctor, when the devil came to you, were there any persons with him? Did you see Rebecca, nurse, with him? Courage, man. Did you see her with the devil?
No.
Did you see her sister? Her sister, Mary Eastie, with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you see Martha Corey with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you see anyone with the devil?
No, I did not.
Proctor, you mistake me. I am not empowered to trade your life for a lie. Now, you have most certainly seen some persons with the devil. Mr. Proctor, a score of people have already testified that they have seen this woman with the devil.
Then it is proved. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? Why, you should rejoice to say it, if your soul is purged of any love for hell.
They mean to go like saints, and I like not to spoil their names.
Mr. Proctor, do you think they go like saints? Look, you, sir, I think you mistake your duty here. It matters not what she thought. She is convicted of the unnatural murder of children, and you for sending your spirit out on Mary Warren. Your soul alone is the issue here, and you will prove its whiteness, or you cannot live in a Christian country. Now, say on, when the devil were with you in the company,
I can speak of my own sin, but I cannot judge another. I have no tongue for it.
Excellency, it is enough he confesses himself. Let him sign it. Let him sign it.
Excellency, it is a great service. The name is weighty in the town. It will strike the village that he confesses. Let him sign. The sun is almost up, Your Excellency.
Come then, sign your testimony. Mr. Cheever, take it to him. Come, man. Sign it.
But you have all witnessed it. It is enough.
You will not sign it?
You have all witnessed it. What more is needed?
Proctor, the village must have
You
proof.
sport with me. You will sign the confession, or it is no good confession, mister. Your second name, man?
Praise the Lord.
If you please, sir.
No.
Proctor, I must...
No, I have signed it. You have all witnessed it. I have confessed. It is enough. What more is needed?
Mark me, I say, the village...
Damn the village! I have confessed to God, and God has seen my name on this page. It is enough.
It is not enough.
You come to save my soul, do you not? I have confessed myself. It is enough.
You have not
I have confessed myself. Is there no good penitence, but it be public? God does not need my name nailed to the church door. God has seen my sins. God has seen how black my name is. It is enough.
Now, Mr. Proctor.
You will not use me. I am no Sarahgood or Tituba. I am John Proctor. You will not use me. There is no salvation that you would use me.
I do not wish to use
I have 3 children, sir. How may I teach them to walk like men in the world when I have sold my friends?
You have not sold.
Oh,
your
beguile me not. Their names blackened when this is nailed to the church, the very day they would hang for silence.
Father, I must have good and legal proof.
You
that
are the high court. Your word is good enough. Tell them what you will. Tell them that Proctor broke to his knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will, sir, but sir, my name cannot.
It is the same, is it not? If I say it or you sign to it.
No, sir. What others say and what I sign to is not the same.
Why do you mean to deny this confession when you are free?
I mean to deny nothing.
Then tell me, sir, why you will not put
Because it is my name! Because I will not have another! Because I lie and sign myself to lies. Because I am not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang. Sir, how can a man live without his name? I have given you my soul. Leave me my name.
Is that document a lie? If it is a lie, I will not accept it. What say you, sir? You will give me your honest confession in my hand, or I cannot keep you from the room. Now, what way do you go, mister? Marshal!
Doctor, you can't
Marshal!
hand. Pray God it may speak some goodness to me.
Oh, God.
Elizabeth, you cannot weep, Elizabeth. Show them no tears. Show them a heart of stone, and sink them with it.
Let you fear nothing. There's another judgment that awaits us all.
Hang them high over the town. Whoever weeps for these weeps for corruption. Take them.
Come in.
They haven't had their breakfast. Go to him, Goody Proctor. There is yet time. Proctor! Proctor!
Go to him. Plead with him. What profit him to plead? It is pride. It is vanity. Be his helper. Take his shame away.
He have his goodness now. God forbid I take it from him.
Yeah, that's